Snap and hold are good. Kick is blocked. The Blazers can pick it up, and that's a great block by Valdosta State. And that'll make it 9-3. Wait for the snap. There it is. Quick handoff, and Austin's got it to 20. Austin 15, 10 foul, touchdown Valdosta State. Austin Scott takes it in there for a 16-9 lead with 2:49 to go. Cedric inside, Cedric 15, Cedric to 5, Cedric's going to take it in, touchdown!
No flags, Rock.
Now Cedric O'Neal will run. What a score for Valdosta State, makes it 30-16 with 8 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the game.
The David Dean Show, your weekly look at Valdosta State University Blazer football. Here's your host, Dick Rockey, along with head coach David Dean, for a look at this week's Blazer football action.
Hello and welcome to the David Dean Show. I'm Dick Rockey with the head coach. Valdosta goes down to Melbourne, Florida, defeats Florida Tech 31-29. And Coach, I told you when you got here, it was a great football game if you're a neutral person, because you couldn't enjoy it if you're a fan for either side.
Well, it was a heck of a ball game. Two good football teams going at each other. Give a lot of credit to Florida Tech. You know, they were really playing the spoiler role. They weren't going to make the playoffs, and there were several times in that game where we could have had them down and could have put them away, and they didn't give up. They kept fighting, and that's a credit to their staff and their players. Well,
we got off to an interesting start. You know, they get a good drive, get a field goal. We come back and tie it up, and then it was just back and forth the rest of the way. You sort of dominated pretty much the second and third quarters, and then all of a sudden that fourth quarter showed up, and that wasn't good for a while.
You know, it's amazing. Their pattern every week is to play a great fourth quarter, and they did that again last night. And you know, the blocked extra point early in that second quarter ended up being a very, very large play in that game, because it forced them to have to go for two at the end of the game, which we were able to break up. But again, you know, a great football team. They're a young football team. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the Gulf South Conference for many, many years, especially with that quarterback being just a freshman. A lot of the weapons around him are all young as well.
And I want to mention what a great crowd. I think it looked like more. There's around 4,500 people there. Their stands were full, and what a great crowd we had. And then the pep band shows up, and it was just awesome.
Well, it was. You know, I was really surprised at the number of folks that we had, and there for a while I thought we were going to outnumber the Florida Tech folks, but they showed up right there at the end. But we appreciate the pep band again. They do so much for us, and the momentum in our game, and the way that our kids respond to the band. But our fans as well. They stayed there to the end. They were cheering loud, and we appreciate all of them that made the trip to South Florida.
And it makes a huge difference. I mean,
oh, there's no question. Yeah. There's no question. Our kids love to play in front of large crowds, and it's fun to see the same faces over and over, and our kids really do appreciate that.
Well, it was an exciting football game, and I have to say a great game to broadcast on the radio, and never sat down the whole game. It was so good up there, and a nice stadium there. The field was good, and they treated nice people down there. Enjoyed talking to a lot of them.
Well, they play at Palm Bay High School, but they do a really nice job of making it Florida Tech's at the game. They put a lot of signs up that have Florida Tech, advertising Florida Tech football, so it felt like their stadium. And I thought they did an outstanding job of setting it up for a college football atmosphere.
All right, we'll be back with the first half in just a moment.
Jazzin Anderson, I play cornerback from Snellville, Georgia. You're watching the David Dean Show.
Welcome back to the David Dean Show. And Coach, before we go to the first half highlights, what were your thoughts about this game going into it with what we knew was a really good second-year program?
Well, we were really scared of their offense. They're so explosive. We knew that they were going to score some points. They had been doing that all year long, and it was going to put a lot of pressure on our offense to be able to match those scores. And when our defense did make those stops, then we had to score as well. We knew it was going to be a battle to the end. They're a great second-half team, especially a fourth-quarter team, so we knew when we got a lead, we weren't going to feel comfortable with it because they are so explosive, and they proved that. You know, the big plays that they had 2 long touchdown passes in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was amazing in that fourth quarter. We got a ways to get before we get to that one. But, again, you had a nice job from Caleb. He seemed to be very comfortable out there and made some really good throws to some really good receivers.
He did. He made a lot of good decisions in the ball game. I thought our offensive line played very well. You know, they blitzed almost every single snap of the game. They were bringing a lot of cross dog blitzes, which means they're crossing the linebackers and trying to get some confusion with our line. Playing a new guard, Carrington Reyes, starting for for Fish in that game. I thought Carrington had an outstanding football game. Defensively, we put pressure on the quarterback at times, and we knew he was going to get yardage, but if we could just, get back there and get pressure on him a little bit, we had a chance.
All right, let's take a look at those first half highlights. And here we go. This game is underway. It's going to be a short kick right at the 5-yard line to the 10, the 15, to the 20. Hit right there just short of the 25. Maybe they're going to give him the 25. Here we go. There's the handoff inside. He's got a little bit of a hole, and the Blazers stop him right there at the 25. There's the snap. He's going to give it to the back. He drops on the ground back at the 15. He's going to be hit and knocked back around the 25-yard line. Right in the middle of the field. Snap's good, holds good, kicks good, also good. There's the snap. Caleb looks over the middle. Got it to Henderson at the 50, 45, 40. Shane at the 35. Dives across the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Snap's good, holds good, kicks up, and it is good. So good. Tate looking out here in the flats. They got the screen set up. A lot of Blazers there, and he's not going to go anywhere. In motion, there's a low snap. He picks it up, throws it out in the flat over there to make the stop, and he finally goes down at the 35. Ball falls on the ground. Blazers pick it up, and the
Harry Murphy's got the ball, dude.
Blazers have it. Caleb with the snap, looks out here over the middle. Catch is made for about 8-9 yards. Tyler Bass more than likely back there. There's the snap. There's the fun.
Good
nice
kick.
spiraling high kick.
Good one.
High kick. It's going to hit and go bounce back, and they stop him at the 1. It's the snap. Pressure up the middle. Throws over the middle and almost had a chance to intercept again. Cato's going to run it this time, and he'll run it in for the touchdown. Snap and hold are good. Kick is blocked. The Blazers can pick it up, and that's a great block by Valdosta State. Caleb looks over the middle. Got Chris Anderson, breaks one tackle to 40 and has the first down. Cato with it. Looking, wants to avoid it, and he's going to be sacked down there at about the 31-yard line. Caleb with the snap, left the screen set up out of here. Here's the screen to 35, to the 30, spins Zay Howard across the 40, 35, gets the first down. Caleb looks out here in the flat, Zay Howard with it. Zay at the 45 gets another first down. Caleb out in the flat, Cedric with it, trying to get by a guy. He does, and gets inside the 10, the 5, Cedric! Touch! No, they're going to say he's down at the 1. Cedric, right side.
Touchdown.
Don't rest easy, though. He's in the end zone, wants to throw. He does throw, and he's hit right there at the last minute. Showing blitz again. They're going to run. Ball's on the ground. And let's see who's got it.
We got it, Dick.
Austin off the right side. Austin to 40, spins close to the 35. Wait for the snap. There it is. Quick handoff, and Austin's got it to 20. Austin 15, 10, 5, touchdown Valdosta State. Caleb looking right. Got some room to run if he wants to. He's going to run for it if he can get there to 30, and he'll have the first down. They'd run down of bounds at the 35. That's good. That's another low one. Anthony doesn't get it off. They block it, and they fall on it at the 23, 24-yard line. There's the snap. Wants to throw, look at the end zone, throws down there and knocked away. Great defensive play. So again, over the middle, tipped away, incomplete. Don't jump offside, guys. 26 seconds to go. Kicks up, and that's not going to be any good, and the Blazer defense holds them again. Coach, you're going again to the locker room with a 17-9 lead, 8 points. You know that's not enough. Real quickly, what you're thinking?
Well, we didn't have the ball enough in the first half. Our offense did sustain a lot of drives. We knew that blocked extra point was going to be big in the game, and it turned out it was.
We'll return with the second half in just a moment.
My name is Gresham. I play cornerback and free safety from Atlanta, Georgia. You're watching the David Dean Show. Go Blazers.
Coach, you come out of the locker room with the lead. You put a touchdown on the board real quick, go up 24-9. Things are going really good.
Well, not real good. Early in the second half, it was back and forth, and I kept telling our offense, they're one play away. You know how good they are. They're one play away. We've got to find a way to manufacture a score. And finally, kind of late in the third quarter, we put that point on the board and went up 24-9. And you started to feel a little bit more comfortable. We picked up the interception there early in the fourth quarter, and I really thought that at that point we could have put the game away. And dadgummit, we gave the ball right back to them on the very next play.
And they scored 20 points in the fourth quarter. Make a 2-point conversion. I didn't see the little flag out there, and thank goodness it was there because they got penalized.
Well, you could tell by the way they lined up if the one guy released and went down the field, he was going to be ineligible. So when he did, I kept looking for the flag, and I finally found it because I knew that they were probably going to be ineligible. But it was a great throw and a great catch on that play. We were just very fortunate they lined up wrong, and then we made a great play on the replay of it, knocking the ball away.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the highlights. Got two guys back deep here. Line drive kick's going to go over here to Nick Davis at the 9, to 15, and Nick trying to get to the outside. Stops, cuts at 20, 25, 26, 27. Caleb with the snap. Going to give it off the left side. Cedric's trying to hold to 20, 25. Gets a first down. Caleb has it, going to throw out here in the flat. He's got him out here. Catch is made by Roshma, breaks a tackle to 35, spins and gets across the 45. Motion again, going to give it to back off the right side, trying to get to the corner, and he's tripped up over there inside 9.5 minutes. Blazers lead at 17-8. Pressure up the middle, he's going to go down. Off the left side, Austin spins and picks up some good yardage at her own 41. Austin spurts through, spins, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, crosses the 50, dives for the first down. Tate keeps it, and he's tripped up. Nice tackle there. Wants to throw. Downfield, he's got Roshmel down there! Makes the catch at the 2! Cedric O'Neal!
Touchdown.
Here's the first play of the fourth quarter. They run it up the middle, pick up good yardage. Spencer.
He's getting after somebody.
Low snap. He wants to throw, trying to pressure it. Throws it deep. He's got a man breaking open, and it's a touchdown. Caleb going to throw it this time over the middle. Out in the flat. Catch is made. First down for Valdosta State. Austin cuts inside, spins, and close to another first down. Caleb wants to throw, got the slant, throws downfield, open, Zay to 25, Zay to 20, what a play! Caleb, Cedric inside, Cedric 15, Cedric to 5, Cedric's gonna take it in, touchdown! Cato with the snap, wants to go pressure, he goes almost intercepted, he was hit. Cato with the snap. Goes downfield and almost, was it intercepted?
Intercepted.
It was intercepted by Valdosta State. Caleb's going to hand it off number 7, and he's going to pick up some yardage.
Ball on the ground, it looked like.
Cato waits, gets the snap. Going to run it up the middle, has good yardage. Still on his feet, down at the 20. He's going to take it the distance to make it 31-22. Quick snap. Throws out in the flats. He's got him out there. Catch is made. Roshmel has the first down. Caleb with the shotgun. Wants to throw. Got some pressure. He's going to run. He's just going to dive. And Cato with the snap. Pressure on him up the middle. Brendo's got him, and he goes down.
He goes down, guys.
Cato at his 15-yard line, standing there, waits, gets the snap. Looks out here in the flat. He throws it out here and got some people there. Breaks a tackle, still on his feet at the 50. It's a foot race. Can anybody's going to score a touchdown to make it 31-29? Need a big defensive play from somebody. Cato looking, wants to throw. Throws towards the end zone and makes it incomplete. Coach, really, despite what happened, it was a great win for Valdosta State on the road. And during our pregame interview, you challenged your team 5 weeks ago to get to that point where that last game meant something, and they got one more 6 straight weeks of playing good football, good enough football to win.
Well, there's no question. I can't be any more proud of a group of guys than I am of our football team to come off the bye week and have to win 6 games in a row. 4 of the last 6, or 3 of the last 4 on the road, you know, and it was amazing the things that they did to get themselves into that position. I don't know of any other football team in the country that could have gone on the road the last 3 weeks of the season, put the miles that we put on, and played 3 great football teams and were able to come away with 3 victories. Just really proud of the way that they finished up with a 6-0 record.
And then you throw in what happened. You lose your starting quarterback for the last 2 games.
Yeah.
We lose Shane Henderson yesterday, our big receiver at 6'1". So those guys went through and it's just like nothing happened. They just kept playing good enough football to win.
We always talk about when your opportunity comes, you got to step up. The next guy in line has got to have that mentality that when he goes to practice that it's my time, one snap away, and I think we approach it that way. And we did. We lost Shane early in the game, and I thought Roshmel Young, who has been starting, stepped up and made some great plays in the game. Zay Howard out wide. We just, by committee, there's no real superstar out there at that wide receiver position. They're just a blue-collar group that go out there and get the job done.
Great 31-29 win for Valdosta State, and under a tough stretch of football games down the stretch there, but the Blazers did what they need to do. And we'll be back with the Drury and Sweet scoreboard in just a moment.
My name is Tevin Davis, play defensive end from Forsyth, Georgia, and you're watching the David Dean Show. Go Blazers.
All right, welcome back to the Drury and Sweet scoreboard. And Coach, we got just a few scores here, and we already know them, but get your thoughts. West Georgia 31-17 over Shorter, but it was closer than that.
It was tied in the fourth quarter, and I think West Georgia got a couple of late scores. I think one of them, from my understanding, was off of a turnover and ended up winning 31-17.
And Delta State 27-3 over Mississippi College. And
those were a little surprising. I thought that would be a little bit higher score. They may have pulled some guys out knowing that they were going to the playoffs after they got a lead.
And West Alabama played a good game against North Alabama, losing only 24-16.
It was tight for a while, and then North Alabama kind of separated themselves. That was a Thursday night game, and the last play of the game, Kyle Caldwell does what he always does. He scrambles around and throws one deep, and they score on the last play of the game. Didn't kick the extra point and finished up with a 24-16 loss.
And the last score, Tuskegee and Albany State, that's the game we were following the closest because we were pulling for Albany State. Not that we don't like Tuskegee, but 47-41, and that's their conference championship game, like the SEC does, and that would sound like a great game in Montgomery, Alabama.
Yeah, well, we were kind of hoping that Albany would win. Number one, we like Albany; they're on our schedule, so it helps our strength of schedule. But we felt like if they won, we might bump up to 4, and possibly have a home matchup here in the first round of the playoffs. We didn't know that for sure, but there was a chance of that. It was a back-and-forth game. Albany scores late to take the lead, and then Tuskegee comes right back down and scores and then picks up a safety late. But a heck of a battle there, but Tuskegee does end up winning the game 47-41.
We'll be back in just a moment with the Georgia Farm Bureau look ahead.
At VSU, we're fired up. We spark intellect on a cool campus in a hot college town. We fan the spirit with national championships and fuel your fun side. Valdosta State University, ignite!
Welcome back to the Georgia Farm Bureau look ahead. And Coach, we're going to talk the playoffs. We know we're going to be in, but today, Sunday at 5 o'clock, the NCAA will make the announcement of all the regions and who's going to be the top seed. And in our conference, we're pretty sure that what we're looking at is what's going to happen.
Well, yeah, our region is not going to change. The top 6 all won. So the only thing that they could possibly do is maybe flip-flop North Alabama and Tuskegee back 3 and 4. But I think it's going to finish out Lenore-Ryan number 1, Delta State number 2, Tuskegee or North Alabama 3, Tuskegee or North Alabama 4, us 5, and West Georgia 6. If that's the case, then what we would end up having to do is go either to North Alabama or Tuskegee, and the winner of that game would then advance to play Lenore-Ryan, who is going to be off in the first week.
And we don't know what the inner workings of the NCAA is, and we do know it's Division II. It's a big level because money comes into play a little bit, travel costs, and because the NCAA now pays for all the travel for all the teams remaining.
They do. The way that they could make it the simplest as far as money is concerned is put us with Tuskegee, because we would then have to go over to the Montgomery area, and then West Georgia would end up going to North Alabama, which is about a 4-hour drive for them. So I don't know how they're going to work that out. I don't know how they'll they'll rank it. A lot of it has to do with strength of schedule and so forth and so on. So I know our strength of schedule is strong. We beat West Georgia head-to-head, so they'll keep us above there. I don't see them jumping us over North Alabama because they beat us in the regular season. The whole issue is going to be really 2, 3, and 4. They could jump Tuskegee above Delta. I don't see that happening because Delta's strength of schedule is pretty strong. But all I know is we got a chance. We survived another week, and we start the playoffs, and we're one of 24 teams left in Division II football.
And the thing about it, normally your guys are getting ready for next week's game, and all the teams are. They're in the same boat, but you're not going to find out till 5 o'clock today. So as you just said, it's sort of a wasted day because we're just going to sit around and wait until 5 o'clock.
I go to the NCAA convention every year with the coaches convention, and every year they talk about issues with the NCAA playoffs. And I say this every year, have the selection much earlier. You do it at 5 o'clock, you're forcing coaches to be there on Sunday till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, because at that time then you got to start trading film, figuring out who you want, and it's just a big headache, and it's tough on the players. The players want to know. They ought not have to sit around all day long waiting to find out are they in or who do they play. It's pretty much done. Go ahead and announce it and let the coaches and players get on with business and find out where they're going.
And I think this is the first time ever 4 teams from the Gulf South Conference are going to be 4 of the 6 teams in the region, and that says a whole lot about the Gulf South Conference.
Well, we talked about that all along, how strong the Gulf South Conference was this year, and out of conference play, the Gulf South Conference only lost 1 game, and that was when Shorter got beat by, I think, Tarleton State over in, or West Texas A&M or somebody over there in Texas. So that's how strong the Gulf South Conference is, and I think that's one of the reasons that they're going to end up getting 4 into this region.
Regardless of what happens, we're there, Coach. A great win for Valdosta State, back in the playoffs, and that announcement will be made at 5 o'clock today. You can more than likely go to the B-State Blazer webpage sometime after 5, and I'm sure Sean Reed will have all that posted. And we'll know also in the Valdosta Daily Times on, I guess not Monday, but on Tuesday, you'll know some more details about that. So a great win for the Blazers, great way to finish the season. So for the head coach, David Dean, I'm Dick Rockey. Have a great week.